What's up, family? Get on up in here. You know what time it is. Tell a friend. Get your share on like you should. Family. What's happening? It's your girl, Frankie, baby. Let me let it run one more again. I promise I'm coming on in. All right, let's get this party started. I ain't even checked my light. Nothing. All right, let's get this party. I'm sharing, that's for sure. Oh shit, that's not what I was trying to do. That's crazy. All right, family, let me stop this music. Hold on, my bad. I got it on loop. Hold on, close that window and let me open up and show you what is going on around here. Oh man, this light is bright. Hey, I'm still hiring, y'all. That's all I can say. Okay. Some of my files were gone, missing. I don't know what's up with that, but I made it the best way. I made it back to you the best way I can. All right, how's that? Is that light? Oh wait, it's the backlight. I think the backlight is off. Does it look kind of reddish, don't it? It could be this daggone pink suit. How's everybody doing? Is my sound on? Yes, I do have sound. Yo, so listen, man. There's a lot going on with me as usual. I hope you guys go ahead and get your shares on, hook your girl up, because I'm trying to see something, trying to do a thing or two. Yeah, I am going to need headphones for this. I have a pre-recorded show, all right, and needless to say, I got some good information. I'm going to be sharing some political stuff today, y'all. Can you believe it? Politics, eh? Politics. You see the cover. You see the cover here. There it is. EL'ona Kearney for governor. There at Seattle, Washington, y'all. She's running. And I tell you, I had such a great conversation with her. Beautiful soul, beautiful spirit, beautiful family. And the beautiful mission. She's really on point to do some great things there in the city of Seattle, state of Washington, and if there's any way that I can help make that possible, then you know that's what I do, because I love being independent. I'll let her tell you about it. But before we go into her today, I'm going to share a few things what's going on. All right. So won't y'all just give me a thumbs up, a share? I want to get some people up in here so we can see what's popping here with the Frankie Baby Fantastic Show. Now I swear I had a few, but let me just talk to y'all. Tell you, I'm coming to Jersey. I don't know if I told you. I'm sure I have, because I've been telling anybody who will listen. You know, hold on. Let me get my chats up. Be sure to share. I could put some background music on while I'm talking about this, actually. But I am coming to Jersey to show, to do the film festival. Well, actually, it's a NJEA convention. Okay, it's the convention, and Jew Black 2 is in the festival that they're having. They're having their first festival at the new NJEA convention. I was trying to find a clip to share with you guys, because like I said, some of my files, I don't know how they mysteriously moved around. It has to be some type of ghost in here, or maybe online ghost that moves files around, you know, when you're those on the software, online software. So I just had a little problems. But yes, I am going to Jersey. I will be flying in. Neighbors. Flying in. I'm flying in November the 1st. I do got to get me another office chair, y'all. I'm flying in November the 1st, and I will be, that's a Tuesday, and I'll be leaving out that Monday. All right. The convention is going to be in Atlantic City this year, so I'm really looking forward to it. One of the biggest things I'm excited about, y'all, is Spike Lee is going to be in the house. Spike Lee is the keynote speaker. How freaking awesome is that? You know, this is my second time I'm going to be blessed to be in the room with him, and I gotta say a thing or two this time. You know what I'm saying? Now that I have something to talk about, you feel me? I can even at worst, I can refer to the last time I seen him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm excited about that. Shout out to Fee Davis, who's been leading and running and gunning with this, man. I'm telling you, she's been quarterbacking this thing, and I appreciate her. All right, and that whole team, the whole NJEA team, some phenomenal people there, y'all. Honestly, I was looking for the trailer, but I could just show you this way. What I could do is just go to the website and show you the website. All right. Yeah, let me get the shameless plugs out now. And then we're going to go and we're going to check out EL'ona. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. EL'ona Kearney. All right. So that's what I'll do. I'll show you the trailer, because again, like I said, I do have to promote it a little bit. Not a little bit. I would like to promote it a lot, y'all, but you know, there's a lot going on. You know, we only got two hands, so it's only but so much. No, I ain't gonna say that either. It's only but so much you can do. You can actually do a lot. So I'm gonna do more. How about that? So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna share the screen so you guys can check out the trailer and actually see where you can get Jew Black 2 at. All right. For those of you who are not going to the convention is at NJEA. I should go to their page too. It's at NJEA.com. Let's see, or is it .org? I think it's .org. Yes, organization. I haven't been on there to know if they got their if they have the postings up. And it's like it's killing my eyes. I haven't been up there to know if they got their postings up. I mean, got their promos up for it yet. But it would be dope. All right, it would be dope. Dope. Let's see. I guess I could look first. Statewide conference, is that what it is? Also, they just have a schedule, I believe, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking too. I don't know. I've never been on their site before. Maybe that's why I should have had that planned a little bit, but that's okay. I'll take you to what you gonna see there. How about that? While y'all getting y'all shares up. All right, I'm giving some people some time to come in here. I don't know where people are watching from. I'm sharing from like 8 different platforms. So here is what you'll see when you go to the Jew Black 2, right? Shout out to all these festivals that I was blessed enough to be accepted in, and won number 2 awards for also, and recognition for the other ones. So here we go. If you go here, let's see. Official trailer. Yeah, this is. Okay, let's go to this one.
On the line, I heard that I would never make it in Hollywood because the Jewish people run Hollywood. I was going to find out for myself who, why. 200 black.
Oh shit! What happened? Did I?
Theaters had opened across the United States, ranging front shops to resplendent marble movie palaces. These communal spaces became potent symbols of black self-determination and economic independence, as well as celebration. America's first prominent black movie studio in Chicago, the Foster Photoplay Company, 2 years before the establishment of Universal Pictures. Warner Brothers, financed by Goldman Sachs, established the Vitaphone Corporation. The Warner Brothers were Harry, Sam, Albert, and Jack, a real-life band of brothers that came to America from the Russian Empire. The Warner Theaters premiered Don Juan in a refrigerated theater, starring John Barrymore. Yes, that John Barrymore. That Barrymore. Yes, Drew's great-grandfather. You know, Drew Barrymore. It's not by coincidence that she's in Hollywood. Besides the climate and beautiful scenery, Hollywood had one more additional advantage. It was only 100 miles to run for the border and get out of the U.S. to Mexico, where the trust patents were not in effect and thus equipment could not be seized. So that's how they started moving out to Hollywood. You get that? The major studios had a near monopoly on the movie business in the United States. Each studio had an exclusive contract with actors and directors, owned the theaters where their movies played, worked with each other to control how the movies were shown, and in some cases owned the companies that processed the film. Talk about a monopoly. Hollywood quickly poached top black talent like Evelyn Pierre and Paul Robeson. A sad telling detail: Paul Robeson's performance in Oscar's Body and Soul marked the only time he worked with black filmmakers. So basically, when he started working with the white people, he never worked with black filmmakers again. Hollywood actively banned black directors until studios faced economic disaster. When Melvin Van Peebles arrived in Hollywood, Columbia offered Melvin a 3-picture deal. He declined. Instead, he wrote, directed, produced, and starred in and edited the rebellious revenge fantasy, Sweet Sweetback's badass song. Black cinema has, at the hands of the Hollywood machine, been deliberately underdeveloped and kept apart from the canon. Black filmmakers saw this moment coming. Their work helps us understand it. For nearly 125 years, under the oppressive knee of systematic racism and in the teeth of unimaginable horrors,
Hollywood is run by Jews.
somewhere along the line,
my bad. I'm excited to be coming home to Jersey to see that. I mean, to check that and to share the talents and gifts with my hometown. You know what I'm saying? That's important to me, man. Might be corny to some people, but it's important to me. So again, like I said, I I do have a show. I spoke with this lady, Miss EL'ona Kearney, and man, I had a great time on this conversation. Here we go. Here when we were in Seattle it's called the Onyx Connect. That's the day I met her. And we had such a great time, yo. So this here, I'm happy to have finally got a hold of her, you know what I'm saying, to get this interview underway. And I'm telling you guys, it's something that you want to check out. We have somebody that's for the people, by the people, from the people, all of us. You feel me? Let me show you a little bit about her before I get to her clip. Here she go.
Frustrated with the lack of accountability around here
within their block.
As long as you know you.
Now I'm gonna pause it. Listen, it's important that I say this. She might speak to this too. I can't forget we had a conversation, but she speak a little bit about it. But she's not getting a lot of press out in Seattle, and this is free press. You know what I'm saying? So where other candidates are, other runners, people that's running, they're getting that. So I had to do something. You feel me? But anyway, here she is. And then once we see this, we'll get into the actual show with her interview. All right, check it out.
Frustrated with the lack of accountability around here
within their block.
As long as you know you're working with the community, because people inside the community know their community.
Joel Marino, Como News.
My slogan is uniting communities and removing labels. So I always harp on that, removing labels, because we're tired of being another data and statistics. So removing labels, my core values are unity, community, and support, because I believe
Say that again.
Unity, community, and support.
Like that.
I believe that if you support the communities and the skills in the communities, then we will not be fighting each other. We'll have more unity, and we'll start to build up the foundation of the state. And then back in those days, it was also difficult being biracial. So that was the difficult thing in school. Everyone knew I had a white dad because I always went to predominantly black schools. So on my white side of the family, we weren't acceptable, which is why it's so easier for me to be comfortable to say I'm black, because I don't know that side. Didn't grow up around that side, or wasn't taught about the culture of that side. But on on the black side, in the black communities, then there was always the attack of, then you are a half-breeded cracker.
Yeah, you think you're white, or
you think you're better than us. Oh, just because you're pretty. And it's like, I'm not trying to use any of these things, but they're thrown in my face. What goes on in our communities, of how we feel the injustice, or how we feel that how come we are struggling to be able to have the American dream, or the whole division that we have going on with left side, right side, all of these different things. I have experience in all of those things.
The People's Advocate for a Better Future. Uniting communities and removing labels. Be a part of a community-driven campaign. Vote EL'ona Kearney for governor. Forgive me for the names, man. I try my best to really get the names. Shout out to all you people out there. Be sure to give me some thumbs up. I do talk back. So I am going to show you the video. Also, I would like to show you her website and things like that. So after you see the video, I am going to show you her site. All right. Matter of fact, let me go to her site now, because I still have to punch in some of the things, guys. Life happens. I swear, it's like it's like a million things we have to do, right? Life. So Liv, check it out. So if you guys, and she can take donations, I think, from anyone in anyone where in the country. All right. But she's definitely doing it for herself and for the people. The people is rocking this. All right. I'm not going to go too hard on this. I just want to give it to you right now. It's EL'ona R-N-E-Y, Kearney. And I will put this in my, let me copy that now. I'll put that in the below there so you can check it out. So let's get into the video without further ado. Let's get into the show, because actually, this is actually the show. We ain't start the show yet, right? Here we go. Let's go, baby. It's your girl, Frankie, baby. Fantastic. I'll be hanging out in the chat. If y'all want to chat. Be sure to, hold on. Let me post this right here. That should show up. That's her, I posted her website there in the chat too, y'all. So, let's get ready. All right. Be sure to share, like, thumbs up, okay? We need support. That's what we all doing this for. We're doing it to encourage, support each other, and get the message out there. All right.
Better get low.
Baby.
Lights. Camera. Rolling. Action.
你好臭咩？好臭冇 fucking 用㗎，出嚟行落西嚟講單位。
What's up, family? It's your girl, Frankie, baby. Fantastic. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back. And as you know, I cover a lot of business stuff here, right? Well, today I got a treat. I have not just business. I have a politician, yes. So I'm going to bring her in and let her introduce herself. We're going to probably have a two-part show. One, we're going to discuss some Seattle greatness, what's going on. Her running for governor, and then the second part we'll get into some business stuff. Okay, so without further ado, let's bring her on in. Hello.
He's already
Look at the cat. Let me see that cat. Let me see the cat.
He's trying to be in the interview.
Hey, buddy, let that cat.
Look.
Right, let that cat get that shine. What's the cat name?
His name is.
What's the cat's name?
Minestrone, but we call him Minnie.
Minestrone. Ah, look at that, Minnie.
If you want to be in the shot, you have to come this way.
Right. Let that cat get the cameo.
Yeah.
So before we get too far in it, this is going to be a great interview. Thank you for coming on my show. I'm so grateful to have you here. Won't you introduce yourself? Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is EL'ona Kearney. I'm running for governor in Washington State. Let me correct that statement. I always tell people I'm not running. We are running for governor. I am a military veteran, the wife of a union worker. I used to be a single mom, and I'm a business entrepreneur. I have my own small business and forgiveness coaching.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So listen, when is the election? How long has this been going on? Tell me. I mean, forgive me. This is, you're going to teach us about politics too.
Yes. So the election is August of next year, August 2024. It's every 4 years, and ours, for our state, it falls on the year of the presidential race.
Okay.
And I signed up last year in May. So people can declare for a race at any time, but you don't actually sign up till like May of the year of the campaign of the election year. Right. To be put onto the ballots.
So we're early. You're earlier than usual?
Yes.
Is that what we're saying? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So what made you decide to run for 2024 governor of Washington State?
Oh, so I'm mission. So just like everyone else, I'm fed up. That we have it. I get tired of. How come regular people like us who understand us and come from our communities don't run? And like I said, just like everyone else, where we feel like our voices aren't being heard, and we want to now have advocates in our political politicians. That's why I chose to run.
Absolutely, absolutely. Already, it feels like I'm running with you, like, because that's been a distance between politicians and the people. You know what I mean? And they don't feel reached. They don't feel like you can relate to them. So, look, the cat got something to say too. I see.
Yeah. Very vocal in the interview. He's standing over there looking.
It's a he? Is it a he?
Yes.
That's what's up. Okay. You saying some good stuff. So I guess, because my next question was, tell me about how what was your passion. So I guess that was your passion and how you got started. Hats off to you for that. We always say, be the change that you want to see. You know what I'm saying? You complain about a problem. So what are the platforms that you're running on? What are your 3 platforms that you're running on?
My 3 platforms are reform justice, mental health, and homelessness, because I have experience in all of those areas personally. And I feel that too, those are the root of getting to any of these subjects, whether it's what goes on in our communities, of how we feel the injustice, or how we feel that how come we are struggling to be able to have the American dream, or we hold the vision that we have going on with left side, right side, all of these different things. I have experience in all of those things. And if we address the mental health issues, because I feel like on a day-to-day basis, people are, you have extreme surface mental health of people are functioning depressed every day. They get up, yes, they're able to function and go to work, but it does not mean people are not and feeling hopeless and helpless. So that's that. The justice reform justice from addressing the police situation, because there's 2 sides to every story. And we're not saying all police are perfect, and we're not saying they're all good. Just like we're not saying everybody in our communities are perfect and good, but we're saying that for those of us who want to work together and progress and do better, let's come to the table and have a seat. And so just pretty much dealing with the foundation. We always talk about surface stuff and nobody never gets to the root. Like we'll say, Western doctors here in America, we only treat symptoms, but if you go to Eastern medicine, they treat the root of the problem.
Absolutely. I've experienced that myself, and we're talking about some serious stuff now, y'all, because you see what she's saying. She's rolling up her sleeve. It's not none of that surface talk, and that's what I can appreciate. So no surface talk, and that is important. And you're right regarding that homelessness. Me living here in California, and it's a big homeless problem. And I believe we talked before in the past, and you mentioned something about your state being open state like California, where you can tell me a little bit more about that.
Our governor signed an executive order making us a sanctuary state.
You cut out again. You cut out. Can you say that again?
Okay, so our governor has signed an order making us a sanctuary. And that's one of the issues that we have with our governor here, which is why follow other states that are having their own issues to come. I believe in taking care of home first. Like love starts at heart. So if we can't take care of our own homeless situation, why are we problems on top of our problems? Pretty much like you say, sanctuary state. We're just opening our borders to everybody, giving away free, and who's paying for it? Those of us who are working. So if you have more people just taking, getting free stuff from the system, but not enough people working to fund that system. Granted, we do have a good economic
economy is our agriculture, the tech world, those type of things. But even in our tech world, we have people who have jobs, but they're living on the streets because they can't afford housing. So it's like address our situations first before we start trying to take care of everybody else.
Right. Tell me one of your most discouraging moments since you started running in this campaign.
One of my most discouraging moments. So I would say, like, what would be discouraging for others is not discouraging for me. I guess it gives me more fire because as an advocate, you see the inequities that we have in politics. So it wouldn't be I would call it a barriers.
Okay.
To really fight to get my name mentioned. Signed up last year, and last year nobody's I signed up, and every time I see news and those things, of course they're gonna always name the big people who have who are in politics already, your career politicians, or people who have big backing. But to me, it's free press. You should be mentioning all the candidates if it's free press. It's free to all of us. And then they've mentioned other candidates who are, they call us dark horses. We're not no-name candidates.
That's really what they're called? That's what
yeah, they call us dark horses. So out of the dark horses, I was not getting mentioned. Other of them would get mentioned, and it's like, are you serious? I signed up in May of last year. Everybody else who signed up after me is getting some type of mention. And then when I finally started screenshotting emails where I've been trying to get recognized, even the news cutting my campaign t-shirt out and just pretty much a community advocate or a member of community, those type of things, and saying that I can't be mentioned. But how come I cannot be mentioned as a governor candidate, but you can mention all these other people and say, oh, and so-and-so's running for the governor of Washington? Like, are you serious? But you can't mention me. So I screenshot those things, and immediately they started putting up my picture. Putting up my name.
Right.
And then all of a sudden my name was there with a Guess Who Clue picture. And I said, oh, so now I'm Guess Who Clue.
Oh, wow. So this is one of the reasons that I wanted to get into the industry of telling stories and just like being an artist, okay? Because this, what you said, is making me it's pissing me off. Because imagine had you not done that, you probably wouldn't have got your name mentioned. That's unacceptable, man. And more people need to know about it. And I'm happy to have you here. Now, I might not be big as everybody else, but let me just do my thing right now. Hey, we support Kearney. We support her over here. All right. I just wanted to hold on. Wait. Let me do it right. Hey, hold on. Let me do it right. Hey, we support Kearney over here. Okay. Just want to get that in here.
Hey, goodbye, Molly.
Yes, man. That's unacceptable. I can't believe that. But good for you to continue in your fight. Hold on, let me get this thing right. Good for you to continue in your fight, because that's what it takes. That's what it takes, and not to be discouraged. Wow, that's something. And feel free to use all of this. And like I said before, prior to the show, that you consider the Fantastic Media Group, I'm going on record, to support you, to back you, and anything that we could do to help push your goal, to help push your mission.
Yes,
okay?
Most definitely.
Count on that. What do you feel? I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I was going to say, and too, that's another thing about my campaign. Like everybody saying, oh, why don't you have endorsements from this big place, Well, if I'm running for the people, why do I need those places? I need endorsements from you,
from the people,
communities, from our voices heard, or any recognition, or those type of things. So those things are important, is that it's coming from the people. I'm pretty sure bigger people might want to endorse later. That's fine. But right now I'm focused on communities. My model is uniting communities, because we are no longer being politicians' data. They use those data and statistics to create these stereotypes of our community. So when they're campaigning, they're capitalizing off of our votes based on the fear that they put out against us us, getting us. So mine is about removing
Yes.
the labels. Let's stop fighting. I would rather a leader that I don't fear because I'm afraid of them and what they can do to me, but one that I respect.
Absolutely. That's well said. That's well said. Powerful. And you're right. That's exactly how it goes. Listen, well, before we take a break, tell the people right now, because while we're taking a break, I need people to be on their phones and finding you. Where can people find you at?
Yes, go to party. And I really mean that, people4party.com. That's my on social media. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and my handle is at EL'ona, EL'onaKarney. That's where you can find me. Donate, like, volunteer on the team within the United States can donate anywhere. My goal is 50,000 people donated. That gets me $1 million. So pass the word.
There it is. That's right. Pass the word, guys. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with some more with the future governor of Washington, Ms. Kearney. Are you ready to take your business to new heights? Discover, evaluate, and implement fantastic strategies with me, Frankie Baby Fantastic from the Fantastic Media Group. Our Fantastic Business Accelerator program is designed to fast-track your journey to success. Hit the link below to find out what you can expect from this transformative 5-day experience. It's Frankie, baby.
Fantastic.
Remember, whatever you do, make it fantastic. All right, folks, it's your girl, Frankie Baby Fantastic, back with it with a very, very powerful, impactful interview. All right, well, Miss Kearney, let's bring her back on. Let's bring her on back in. Hello, we're back at it. That's right. I love the energy. Now, I'm gonna get some more serious questions here going on. Maybe you can help. The people can get a little insight to what your plans are. Okay, so Seattle has faced a number of challenges, including homelessness. We spoke a little bit about that, and affordable housing. What is your strategy to address these issues at the state level? And how can the state government work collaboratively? These notes are written down, as you see, with the city, with the city to find the solutions. Now, do I need to say that again?
No.
Okay.
I understand because
Okay.
I'm country accent, as you can tell. So my words I might struggle at some words. So everybody forgive me on my campaign trail. The struggle is real.
Right. Thank you.
That is first to also understand the position of the government. The homelessness issues in each city that's the responsibility of the mayor. So it goes back to your question of how do I plan to support and work with the state with the city. Mm-hmm. And my goal for that is, first off, of course, it's going to always be the budget. We don't want to continuously always raise the increase funding, and then we're increasing homelessness, because that's an issue that as citizens we are like, the more we pay, the more we are getting homelessness. Why are we feel like we're paying and asking for this as opposed to resolving the issue. So one of my way of collaborating is to release in every municipal they have surplus land. So release the surplus land. Why are we constantly making our homeless, a homeless camp here and then position every so often to another location, relocate here? So release the surplus land, put our homelessness camps there, our unhoused camps there, have the like churches and the nonprofits run those. Have them also be required to utilize our small businesses who are our disadvantaged businesses who
That's
are
right.
trying to come and have and build their portfolio.
Right.
let them utilize their nonprofit funding and those funding to be able to hire them to come in and do certain things, but the churches and the nonprofits will maintain those camps. And because a lot of them really have a heart for those people in that community and have relatability, because they might have someone that has suffered from that or been a part of that or been a part of that themselves,
Right.
that they know best in that community, and give them a discount on sewage and water fees, those type of things. Have our resources to be able to come out there. The place, not trying to find IDs, driver license. So it's where our co-op, like in the co-op business, I can utilize a co-op and have my business mail and address go to that place. Right. So now they'll be able to get their IDs, because some of them don't have IDs. We're out there. And even though we have programs for veterans to be able to get into housing, you have some that want to be out there still, despite that there are other programs for whatever reason. And so those type of things, so, and to provide to them for that. And then taking to help people who have jobs that are not on drug afford housing, and what is the gap of being able to get into the housing, the funding that they need to get into housing and to maintain it. Utilize that funding to help that, because I remember when I was a single mom, was needing help to pay rent at some point, and is only but so much money, so you have to hurry up and be on that phone calling. As soon as 8 o'clock was it hit, you calling, because other than that, it's gonna be a long line, and by the time you get through, I'm sorry, we're out of funding.
Right, absolutely. Yo, now, see, you just blew my wig off for something. You said every municipality has a surplus land.
Yes.
That's news to me. I mean, I'm not in politics, but why haven't I've never heard of that?
Well, I found out about it by asking. I had to ask other politicians. A lot of our politicians here don't speak to me, but other politicians from other states who were willing to help me look up and show me where these things are. And they showed me our RCWs of where they are. And reason why it becomes an issue and people don't hear about it is because I guess, like my mom always taught me who's right, but it's about what's right. And with the whole party, it's about who gets the credibility and who gets to be. Nobody's just gonna do what's right for the people.
Wow. That's mind blowing. Now listen, I'm gonna jump around a little bit because you brought up the budget. Now I know, especially if you're from the party, you're not what do you say, career politician, you might get some pushback. People may say, hey, you're just a mom, you can only manage the household budget. How do you plan on managing this big $1 million budget? What do you say to that?
Well, first off, I say that a lot of stuff that our governor does, let's be real, nobody knows everything. Nobody can do everything themselves. So governor is all of that in a bag of chips, then I'm sorry, somebody need to pop your bag. But he has people that he advising him, and that is my goal. I will have people advising me and people who are seasoned in that area. People, because just because I know people are going to be interviewing me for position, I also myself am interviewing, and I have 2 people who are in mind that said that they are willing to be in the position of advisory. So one is a retired full-bird colonel who managed a Pentagon budget before, and then the other is someone who actually is a politician who maintains a big budget on their own personal business. Of it might be $1 million level, but I'm pretty sure they can increase that to $1 billion.
Right. So basically, yeah. So you have resources just like the previous governors will be using resources.
Yes.
To maintain that, right? Absolutely. That's what's up. That's good stuff. Let's talk about the police department. All right.
Yes.
So Seattle, the police department and law enforcement have been the topics of concerns and debates. All right. How do you plan to address the public safety and policy reform, ensuring a fair and just system that meets the needs of both residents and law enforcement?
My campaign, where it's my core values are unity, community, and support. So I believe in supporting the skills in the community, the people in the community, and that way we can bring more unity when we're supporting, giving the support. Right. So I would give support to both sides. I know I was approached one time, like, oh, you can't give support to both sides, and it not a regular person. It was like a special organization.
Oh, wow.
And I said, but you can. If we stop trying to label, and labeling dehumanizes us to each other. So let's start with the police. Police, like I said, police are not, we know everybody's not always good on the police force. Those on the police force, you have people who have tried to be whistleblowers, but they've received retaliation. We need to give incentives to these people and, honor these people who are whistleblowers, to call out people who are abusing their authority. That's one. The other thing is the police should, mentor and work and volunteer in the community, have community service hours in the communities that they're serving, because there needs to be a relationship built. And when you know the people you serve, you have a closeness. Also, give an incentive for someone to live in the community. If I'm a police officer and I live in the community that I'm serving, people know me. We feel comfortable. We're able to. There's a little bit more respect there, and when we grew up, we can pass the corner store, and if you do something, the person that I'm calling your mom, I'm seeing them on church,
Yes, absolutely.
So when it's like that, you have respect and relationship built there. So give them somebody to just live in the community. But if you give them an incentive, pretty sure some officer is going to want to live there, and they can talk to their fellow police. Hey, let me talk to him because I know this kid.
Right.
Those type of things.
Right.
In our so on the flip side, for our communities, it's important to, I remember McGruff used to come to the school, just like we had Smokey the Bear. Those things were about bringing awareness. So bring some type of awareness. What back then, those things captured our attention. Those things were fun. What would be something attention grabbing for the youth nowadays to have not only just police, but I think that we should bring in ex-felons. Those that we know that are reformed. My husband is one of those. He served, he was in prison for 24 years for murder, but he's been, to me, a poster child of what reform justice
That's what's
is.
up.
And he mentors youth, but bring in and ex-felons to work together and mentor and show you, to deter, because we need preventive maintenance as well, be doing damage control. So those are some of my ideas.
I think that's excellent. Yeah, I think that's excellent. And, I used to want to be a police officer back when I was young. And it's because of those reasons, because I knew some of the police officers, you know what I mean? It was like a community. And you're right in regards to having those incentives, because a lot of police officers, I happen to know a few, and some of them all do speak the term that we bleed blue. Okay. So having incentives, they are a little reluctant to tell on their brother, you know what I mean? But incentives programs will help that out, because like you said, there are some great officers on the force.
Yes.
Definitely. Good stuff. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Let's talk about the education. Education is a significant part of any governor's role. What are your priorities for improving education in Seattle and throughout the state, from early childhood education to higher education?
Yes. So once again, the education is going to go back to the school board now.
Okay.
However, I will work with the school board because I believe, as you said, education, it's important, and there's a lot of that can be taught through education. I know a lot of times we always say a lot of propaganda gets taught through school. So why not start teaching our youth how to, whatever happened to learning critical thinking? Our kids need to learn how to critically think. Our kids need to learn how to de-escalate situations.
Right.
Learn how to I can't believe I'm forgetting some of these words, but
conflict resolve, because these new kids don't have any.
I was about to describe what I was trying to say. Conflict resolution.
Yes.
Peer mediation. All of these things are things that help us to be more assertive. Our kids don't know how to be assertive, so instead passive aggressive or suicidal.
Yes.
And these should be the options that our youth only have. So granted, education, yes, math, those things. Our kids here are on I think they said elementary level, and that's sad. Granted, this is a a tech state. Mm-hmm. It is also important to remember that when we take away something, the ability, let me give you a description so that way you can help me word this.
Okay.
So I have a degenerative arthritis in my knee. Mm-hmm. And my doctor gave me a knee brace, and he said, don't always rely on that knee brace. Only use it when you really, 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 really need it. Mm-hmm. Because if you have that knee brace, then it's going to make your other leg weak. Mm-hmm. Because you're not forcing yourself to utilize those muscles.
Right.
So if we have nothing but technology in our school and we're taking away those skills that allow us to be creative, to think critically, that allow us to, we were humanly created to do.
Right.
Be creators and to be active.
Right. Actually, it does. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so
yes,
maybe
it does. It was.
Yeah, move technology to a technology class, but still require these kids to sit here and utilize, actually write. And
absolutely,
even if that's a little the iPad have the for to write, they still need to be able to.
Yes. They definitely need to write. Writing is, and the more you read, like all that goes together. You know what I mean? Penmanship, writing, and also it makes these kids codependent, especially with AI. That stuff is supposed to be used together, not to take the place of your cognitive thinking. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to tell it what to do, basically, not try and get all the answers from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I realized too, like with AI, because somebody said, oh, you should use ChatGPT to help, because I do a lot of my own, everything almost on my campaign, speech writing, everything. And somebody said, oh, to save time, you should use ChatGPT. So I ran a speech through it. So for me, it was like, oh yeah, but I wouldn't use this word. I wouldn't say this way. Of course, you write it the way you want it and things.
Right.
But I said, but I don't want to be reliant on it, because then my speech is not going to feel genuine to me.
Absolutely.
And whenever I speak, I always speak from the heart. I can write a speech and I can tell you when I get up there, start speaking, end up going by my paper and what I wrote. So.
Right. That's just an outline of things I should say, but
yeah. I will spill the tea.
Right. As she picks up her cup. Outside of politics, what do you do?
Outside of politics, well, there are some things that I did before, because I am a creative. I love I write music. On YouTube, I have some of my songs I've written, and I made my own for those.
Oh wow!
So I grew up in a Christian home. My mom's a pastor, also a man, and so I love all genres of music.
Oh, you did that behind you? Oh
yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes, I have
really nice.
Published book.
Flags there.
Yes. Oh, so this is my unity painting of all the different cultures, and it's painted in the shape of a heart. Let me see. Can you tell that's a heart?
Yeah, I can tell.
Painted in the shape
is that
of
a number heart. 1 in the middle?
Yes, because we are one. Mm-hmm. We're all united.
That's right.
And
absolutely.
So that's and for me, painting comes during when we can't really get out and go nowhere. So I did this during the pandemic. It took me 4 months to paint that because that's a 6-foot painting.
Wow.
And, so I paint.
That's freestyle. You freehand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I don't have an artist. I can't paint anything, but I like that.
And you know, when I thought it was gonna take a week, I was like, oh, this is gonna just like popped up in my head. I said, oh, I'm gonna do this painting. And nothing to during the pandemic, I just found some of everything to do. I got ordained as a minister.
I hear you.
So
knocking those goals down.
I became a notary. I became a what is this? Where you a server, process server.
Right. You did it.
I get licensed to be everything, and I got my bachelor's.
I love it.
Degree.
I love it. That's what's up. That's what you mean. That's what they mean when they say go hard in the paint.
Yeah. So I was like, y'all can be sitting around here talking about how y'all depressed because we all shut in of everything. Everything somebody.
I know that's right. That's what's up. Good for you. Yes. That's inspiring for real. That is really inspiring, man. And that's the type of energy you want from your future governor, y'all. Yeah. Like, come on, anybody else see this? What do you want to be?
Oh, and I was gonna say, and I also represented myself in court, a contractor to court. And I did my own court and represented myself and won. I will tell you, it is no joke going to that law library and trying to understand the law.
That's what's up. But you know what though? I spoke to you earlier. I spoke to you, and your family has been known for a few firsts. You want to talk to me about that chill anything? Let me talk to me about that.
Let me see. My grandmother.
The first.
Okay. My grandmother. She was Church of God in Christ. Kojic. I know. I want to say her church was, paid off. Her church was like everybody in the community bought that church, and so she was a lot of first in her community. There in Inverness, so everybody knew her. Everybody knew her so well that when she passed away, they shut down the main streets because whole funeral procession. We had to use the fairgrounds, and there were people still outside the fairgrounds of people who flew from everywhere for my grandma. And so my mom would have to tell you about all of those first. But my mother, however, after desegregation, my mom was the first Black majorette, and my aunt was the first Black cheerleader.
Wow, that's major.
And then we started a club, the Black and Gold Club, which was a school spirited club. It was supposed to be, like to bring unity across, and I'm pretty sure you had maybe 1 or 2 white people join, but it was still predominantly a Black club. I ended up being the president of that club.
What state was this in?
This is at Citrus High.
Florida, Inverness. Okay, shout out to Citrus High School out there.
Yeah.
That's what's
So
up.
we are
That's good stuff.
trailblazers.
Yeah, guys. So listen, I want to be the first to announce too that you know how much I love film and creating stories. So we throw our hat in the ring to tell some of these stories. I think it's important that we celebrate our ancestors, the people who've done things in our family in the past, because if we don't, who's going to? Okay. So I'm looking forward to sitting down with you with that. Definitely to tell those stories of the past. Let's talk about what would you want to be remembered for?
What would I want to be remembered for? Removing labels. My campaign slogan, which is removing stereotypes, being a bridge builder. And that's something that I say. People will tell me, you know, sometimes you got to be careful what you say in politics because you're going to step on toes. You might burn bridges. What bridges? There's no bridge there to burn. I'm trying to build bridges. And so if stepping on toes mean of crooked politics and exposing some things along the way, then building that bridge, because that's the only way we start to remove the stereotypes we have, because stereotypes, which is labels in my thing, removing labels. Those labels dehumanize us, and then we're desensitized to each other's needs and being able to have a seat at the table and have these discussions that need to be had, because it's not about us. We have to think about it's for our future generations.
That's right.
And like I would always tell people when they say, why are you worried about other people's kids and trying to take care of everybody else? That's their problem. Yeah, it's my problem too, because that child is going to grow up and be in society with my child. And you don't know if that child might be the child that turns out to be a criminal that harms your child because you had an opportunity to plant a seed or to nurture that child as well.
That's right. We need a chance to get it right. And history have shown us that. We have to try it a different way. Anything, what they say, doing the same things the same way is insanity.
Yeah.
So we definitely have to try the new way. Let's take another break, and we're going to be back with some more information from the future. And I hope you don't mind me saying that, but I believe you got to put it out there. The future governor of Washington. All right, y'all.
There is no doubt that entrepreneurs are the real-life superheroes. Many companies today are led by founders with the drive to solve the world's problems, inspire social change, and fuel our economy despite all odds. They come up with big ideas and build organizations, while I help turn those big ideas into reality. I take the initiative and come up with technological and organizational innovations. I devise new solutions to old problems. In simple words, I am the superhero to the entrepreneurs. There are key things in the market that I can do better than anyone else. That's right, I said it. I master a skill set that sets me apart from others, and that is what I use to help you build a competitive advantage in your business. Schedule a free consultation with an expert. That would be me, and I can help you develop a 3-step advertising strategy. I can review your marketing challenges and put together a roadmap for success. Make it fantastic. Frankie Baby Fantastic with Fantastic Media Group.
All right, folks, we're back. We're going to move to a business segment of this show. Again, it's all business because we all need this stuff, man. We all need this work. So let's welcome back Miss Kearney. I have another question for you. Well, not a question. I just have what do you call it? It's a gratefulness. I'm grateful, and I thank you for how transparent you are. Like when I speak with politicians or I'm watching politicians on television, it's just like you don't know if they answered your question. It's this evasiveness, this deflection that they give off. But when I'm speaking with you, I feel like I'm talking like you. I feel like you know, and you're giving me honesty. You know. So what do you say to that?
Well, that's something that. Watch some of the videos on the political training of how to run a campaign. That's one.
Which I didn't know that they gave. I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys went through political training either, but go ahead.
Well, there are websites that you can look up. So, and I bought a book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's one of the things they do tell you is to learn how to deflect questions. First off, like I met with a politician because I interviewed politicians on what is your way of winning, all of these type of things. And one thing they said is don't go to the people. Like what I've been doing is what they told me not to do, which is don't go in communities, don't go to people. You get on big platforms because you want everybody your 3 topics. So like you asked me but when I'm in the community, people are going to ask me about other things, like the schools,
right?
Those things. Yes. And so whereas if it's on a big platform, they can give that 2 cents and go and be done with it, or deflecting because they don't have an answer for it and bring you back to focusing only on what they're I don't think that it's good to deflect a regular person, and I'm tired of saying I don't think they just answer my question, but you didn't answer my question and now you done moved on to the next person when you didn't answer my question. So for me, I do what they tell me not to do, which is don't say that you don't know, but I will say I don't know.
Right.
Because our politicians don't know. And my whole saying I'm not running, we are running. We're all having a seat at this table. This is a collaborative thing. I want to work with communities. I don't want you to be a data or a statistic. So it's important to me that I hear from you. What are your solutions? What are your suggestions to make sure that your politicians who you've hired are actually listening to you? Because a lot of times we feel that they're being biased. Did these people really say this, or did you just go off on a tangent and do your own thing?
Right.
So representation and that the people are being heard. So if I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know. However, I would like the people at the table who are key stakeholders to knowing if that experience, like I've experienced homelessness. I've experienced issues with the justice, the justice system. Right. I've experienced with mental health. Because I was, that'll be in our next segment. I'll talk about that later. Okay. But I've experienced all of those things. So I know what it's like at statistics. When it's topics that I don't know, those are the people I want to hear. And those are the people that are most important to having a seat at the table. We're going to have a seat at this table and we're not just sitting there.
That's right. I hear that, man. Y'all hear that? I hear that. That's what's up. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate you going against the grain. And I guess in my own words, it's like you're in the trenches with us. I appreciate that. And that you're not hiding and deflecting. Am I talking like I'm living in Seattle? I swear I am. Like I feel
well, our governor copies everything y'all do in California, so you probably are.
Right. Tell me this. Speaking of in the trenches. You was there when this is a little off topic, but kind of on topic. I want to talk about January 6th, if you don't mind. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
You was there. Give us a little bit. You was actually boots on the ground. What was going on, man? I mean, my mom called me. She thought the world was coming to an end. Really? What was going on? For those of you,
funny.
Wait. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about January the 6th when they stormed the Capitol, correct?
Yes.
So yes, go ahead, give it to me.
So I wasn't in the Capitol or over there, but when I walked up to was it like as you come, I want to say you have like these different streets that come up to the Capitol. And then there's the Capitol in this little, I don't know, triangle shaped area space that it is in. So as you come there, there's police. There were no barricades, these barricades that they were talking about when I walked up there, but there were no barricades. There was police asking, oh, you want to go into the Capitol? Say, heck nah. I say, you see how many people over there? Right. I don't do claustrophobic situations. I'm good. I'm going over here where food is, the bathroom, and I'm a spectate, So I was sitting across.
So wait, what was going on at that time when they offered you to go over there?
At that time, I just saw people were just walking up to the building. I can't really tell what was going on at the building because it was just crowds of people, and that they were chanting "Stop the Steal."
Okay.
And there was because there were supposed to be celebrities. There's rappers that were supposed to be performing, so there was somebody setting up a stage for people to do that, and I think a screen where everybody can watch the and whatnot.
Okay.
So my understanding from my email was that there was going to be some what do you call that, proof released about the ballots and the ballot tampering or whatever it was. And that's what, was supposed to be displayed on the big screen. I didn't know anything about anybody was supposed to really be inside.
Okay.
Except for the police, and I was like, hey, no. But so while I was sitting over, there was a camera, I think it was Fox News was set up behind me. And I wasn't really paying attention to what they were doing. Getting a phone call from my family saying, "Are you okay? They have them hostage in the building." I'm like, "What do you mean hostage?" Everything just looked normal to me. Like people just walking up there, they're just chanting. They had these scaffolds or whatever, kind of like bleachers on both sides of the building. I did point it out. And they said that you guys are they're climbing into the building. So I did see some look like teenagers climbing the side of the building, but it wasn't to go in the building. There was platforms right there. And then there was police standing right here that they looked like they was just nonchalantly talking. And then the news was standing there saying, oh, they are a bunch of, it sounded like they was pretty much calling them white supremacists, breaking into the building and all this other stuff. So I said, are you serious? You gonna stand right here and stand in front of us and lie? Like we're not all looking at the same thing. And so like we all started yelling and we booed them away, and they went and set up someplace else. But I'm like, what is going on? So I said, well, I'm gonna walk over and see so I can record for you guys live what's going on, because I don't know what was going on inside, so I can't vouch for that. Standing when we saw 16 passenger vans riding by, and somebody said, there go all the politicians, they're leaving the building. So how's anybody being held hostage if they're in the vans? I don't know for a fact if they were in those vans or not, but I know it was like 4 or 5, well, it was a clean of vans just leaving. So when I walked over there, it's like all the software itself was fried. Like I couldn't record nothing, nothing. I didn't have no more phone, period.
Really? Would you pick up your phone and it's black? What?
Yeah, like when I walked closer, because I was trying to record, it just went blank. Like how when your phone dies, that's what I thought. Like I know my phone had full battery and things. So then I walked up, I got close. I came running out of the building saying my friend was just shot. That was the Babbitt lady. It was like, my friend just got shot and they wouldn't let us save us. They made us stand there and watch her die. We could have saved her. I'm trained in and so I was like confused. I was like, what is going on? Because fake to me. I don't know. I'm not trying to downplay anybody's experience.
No, I get you. That's what I want. I just want through your take.
Yeah. But I was like, what is going on? Like, is this because it felt like unreal. And I saw people going in. I didn't see nobody beating up police or anything, unless that's something that happened earlier that I didn't witness. I did see the broken window up there that was already broken when I had come over, but people were just going in and out. A black lady, she came out and she was like, hey, and just like high-fived me walking past and things. And I was like, well, I said, I don't see it just being white people over here, because there was black people. Remember the acronym of a group, I think it was Black MAGA something group that they had, like I saw, all of those people, and I was like looking around, I was like, what is going on? Too many different things going on to even try to get a grip of understanding on. And like I said, I looked up, the police officers were just standing up there. They was just like having a conversation. Then there was a group of people holding hands praying, and the police took him through, what do you call that, a smoke bomb down in the middle of him. And so I was like, well, dang, like, who is? Like, what accounting?
Wow.
What happened to the celebrity rappers? Like, what happened?
Right.
And somebody run out and said, they're calling the National Guards. Now, mind you, it could have been clock when all of this was happening, and my parents were saying this is live on the news, and then it was start, and then that's when they're like, oh, the mayor curfew, and they're calling out the National Guards. Smoke that was coming from the stuff that they threw into the people praying, like that smoke was starting to bother my eyes and things. And so somebody, how if somebody come out running fire or guns or something, everybody starts running, that type of thing. Well, somebody came out running saying, what is those things? The cameras, that the cameras are doing facial. They're gonna come and drag us all to jail and blah. And so like, they're guys better run, you better leave. So people start running. I wasn't in a spot to where I was tight, because that's one thing I don't like to do, is because of that reason, because anybody can be trampled on over some stupid stuff. So I wasn't in a spot where I would be trampled on, but I was like, they were yelling and doing this, and people start running. So I'm looking like, I'm just gonna wait for them to finish running, because I'm not, and this
which
whole
way to
crowd going down those stairs. So funny, because a guy thought that I was stuck because I was trying to get low from the because they were steady throwing those smoke things. So I've been in the military, so I need to get lower to the ground. You're not getting all of that inhaled. So I was trying to get low, and I guess he thought that I was struggling, and he threw me off the balcony, because like to go up to the Capitol, there's some steps you walk up, and things. And so he ended up scared of heights. I was trying to say I was scared of heights, but it was so funny because another guy at the bottom turned around and caught me. He's like, thank you. And I said, thank you. I was just trying to wait for the crowd. Because I'm not trying to get, like over, when people are afraid and they panic and they're just all running and not thinking. I wasn't trying to get caught in that. So I was just trying to wait for a safe exit. Well, I'm not mad at the guy. Kudos to him, because looking out for me. But I was just gonna throw me off the balcony.
Wait, I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah. And it wasn't that far. It was probably just a 6-foot drop, but it's still,
Right.
But and so like I can see how you can take all the that you have of that and make it look like else, and like people are doing other things based on what I was only probably, I want to say maybe 200 or 300 people out there at the Capitol. It wasn't a whole lot of people in, and you making it seem like it's droves of people.
Right.
Had already left from the Capitol. During the speech at the White House, Trump told home that that Pence was not going to allow the evidence to be revealed. So what they came to watch is probably not gonna happen. But if they go to the Capitol, or if like the entertainment and stuff that's supposed to be other than that, you might as well just go home. So like that was millions of people out there at the White House. So from millions to a couple of hundred of people that a lot of people went home. So
Right.
so that's why I was like,
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I mean, it's not far-fetched. I mean, this is the belief of me and my fantastic media group and alone. I mean, me alone. But I'm not hard pressed to believe in what they call false alarms or things like that. I can recall, and thanks for your service too. I'm also a military veteran. I can recall things where we would have. Absolutely, I can recall when we have exercises, and some of these exercises were recorded. And sometimes you would have fake casualties and stuff like that, you know? So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I'm just saying that I'm not, this is one of the reasons I got into the lane of telling stories, you know, so we can get to the bottom of the real stories, and media can be manipulated. We will say that.
And that's to my experience, because I was in military intelligence. So the battalion I was in, I learned a lot, even with how we frame people that can be good people, but we just need to be able to flesh them out because they won't give us what we want. So we make everybody else hate them and think they're bad. Like Saddam Hussein, that man loved his people. And we tried to make it like he was putting those kids in danger. He would never do that. But because we wanted things from him, like his oil, and we wanted control of things, and he wasn't just going to give it to us. He was trying to protect the best interests of his people. We put out that propaganda. We put out those things to be able to flush out good people and make them hated by the world. Malcolm X said it. He said that the media will have you hating a good person and having a bad person looking like an angel.
Absolutely.
But, you know,
absolutely right.
So
absolutely.
I'm not saying everybody that's I would say both sides of the aisles, Republican, Democrat, nobody's clean or good, you know. So I'm not a party poster child. The Democrat Party don't even support me. They don't even make my life easy running in this race. So so I don't run for the party, I run for the people. Absolutely. And so everything that I see when they said about ballot deniers are racist and stuff, but my thing is the hypocrisy that we have. And we've been saying, what Democrats Party, we've been saying, oh yes, the ballots are rigged, and things. Take up for Trump because I'm not like I'm not nobody's champion or promoter or endorser. But when we've had two politicians here who said that they asked for ballot recalls and they turned around and ended up winning. The other side says they want a ballot recall and just a recount. We say no, that they can't. They're taking away our democracy. But are we not doing that by not allowing them the same thing that we just took for ourselves, was a ballot recall? Right. And to me, that's not democracy, and that to me is a destruction of democracy. If we feel that we won by a landslide, then there should be no problem for a recount and win by a landslide, or still win by a great number, if anything. So those things were concerning to me, and I don't take anybody's side just because I'm your party or I'm your group. I believe in what's right and not who's right. Like, we all are not, we're not all perfect, but we're tired of misinformation. Right. That misinformation comes from both sides.
It does. Misinformation is very dangerous. It's very dangerous, and it's I know I did something, I forget where I read it, but it was years ago. I'm talking like with Edward Bernays and Sigmund Freud, like these times where certain people were using using media to kind of turn the people, like for the war effort. Okay. Propaganda was used in Germany, all types of places. However, when most of the countries decided to stop, I believe this was like in the 40s or 50s maybe, they decided to stop using propaganda and the television to help its war effort. America continued. America still uses it. It's just facts.
Yeah, it was
Facts
banned,
correct.
and it was banned, and then wrote it back in and unbanned it.
See, didn't know that. See what happens when you talk to people. Are you serious? Yep, there it is.
Yeah, because I
wrote
looked it up.
back
I was
in.
like, I thought propaganda was banned, and then I looked it up, and then it said wrote down that we can have propaganda again.
Right.
That's why we're back into our misinformation stage, not just from social media. Yes, we have that in social media, but when we can't trust the media, who's supposed to give us fair, free press. So yes, I don't trust media because they're not giving me fair and free press. They just did an article, May, I think it was. Like if you go on Wikipedia and there's this number by my name, you click it, it'll take you to an article written by another woman of color at that. And I sent her an email saying, can you please correct your article? Because one, you said that I just announced in May, as if I announced this, but I signed up last year and announced in May of 2022. So that needs to be corrected. Secondly, you in the campaign, I said, I don't care if you put this or not, because rounds that I would be the first Black woman in the history of the United States to mention that another candidate will be the first Black governor to win, while me as a, my historical
Right.
presidents. And like I said, I don't care if you put that. I'm not running on grounds or standards. I have more substance than that. Dismissed me in a lot of things article, and you gave me a little sentence blurb while you gave a full article to all the other candidates that I'm running to. So
Right. It makes you wonder who hired her.
yeah. Yeah. That was the Watcher News.
So,
The Watcher News.
The Watcher News, huh? Man. The Watcher newspaper. Yeah, man, we have to definitely start digging the research for ourselves, and it's hard to trust certain outlets and platforms nowadays. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but we have to be more active and deliberate about finding out the truths, those truths. It's unfortunate, but
This is a journey.
let's go into your business side here. All right, what is your business? What is your business? I know you have a few things.
My business is forgiveness coaching.
Okay.
So forgiveness, I know people it's like life coaching, but only mine has a twist, is about forgiveness.
Okay. I can imagine business should be a booming because we all have hangups in that we're stuck on from our past, childhood trauma, all types of stuff. How did you come up with this business, and tell me how does it work? I need to sign up.
So I came up with forgiveness coaching from so like I said, on my political campaign experience in mental health. So growing up, I was in and out of the hospital for suicide and depression, and I part of my adulthood life, and I was told that I was going to be because they didn't have a category for it, and that would be a life. I mean, I was just going to be strung out on medication, and just stuck in that world of where I couldn't function. So when I had my kids, and for me, when I had my kids, and I have kids to utilize their kids to bring them happiness. I didn't utilize my kids to bring me happiness. I would have, didn't want to have kids, but I had them, and they were what I woke up to fight for every day, to make sure they never feel what I felt. And in that, I learned that forgiveness was not what I always thought it was. I always would get frustrated. People say forgiveness is not for you. I mean, for them, it's for you. And I'm like, oh no, because they gonna something. They need to come back, apologize. They need to give me back what they took from me, things. And I need that closure. And I always thought closure needed to come from somebody else. Like they said, oh, you got to go talk to that person and get closure. No, you don't have to talk to nobody to get no closure. The closure comes from you. And so I'll describe forgiveness like this. So let's say I buy this house. I don't like the paint in it. I have to accept that it's there. And I used to always hate when people say, oh, you got to accept that it's done. No, but there's a difference between acceptance and approval. Acceptance is because it's done. I can't change that. So I have to accept that pain is there. I don't like it. Now, I either approve or disapprove of it. If I disapprove of it, I'm going to paint it myself, or I'm going to hire somebody else. But that pain is coming down. I'm changing it to something that I approve of. If I approve of it, then it's just going to stay there. A lot of times in our lives, we have things that we disapprove of, approval signals. And what I mean by that is we have to learn to set forgiveness is learning to set boundaries. We have toxic a lot of our cultures teach us to accept toxic relationships. Like, oh, that's just your family. Go ahead and let them use your car. I always told it was everybody else's car. Why do I want him to get in my car and total it? And then he's not going to pay for it. So that my insurance is going to rise. So then I'm going to have to pay for it. And then I'm going to pay for it because it's mine. Guess what? We just gave approval signals. We approved of that behavior that we say that we disapprove of. And so now we're mad and we're angry and we're triggered when people do stuff. So now we have unforgiveness because of those things. So that's why we're triggered, because we have not learned to set boundaries. We have not learned to make people respect those boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Right. That makes a lot of sense. It sounds that, listen, you didn't help me just by explaining that. Yes, that definitely makes a lot of sense. How long have you started? How long ago has it been that you started this business?
I would say 2014, I published my book,
Okay.
Purely Unadulterated Me, Open Me and Read Me by Love Always. I write under Love Always. But yes, so 2014, I pretty much started it within just the homeschool and in my community of just doing it amongst the community. And then during the pandemic, got my bachelor's in business.
Right.
And
took off in that pandemic.
And let me see, what is this? I want to say 2022 or 2021. One of those years, that's when I actually signed up for a business license. Okay. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to sign up for a business license. And then, like just start taking things a step further. This year, I've had someone helping me work with what they call it, something statement.
Mission statement. The mission statement?
No, I have somebody doing the business plan part, but then there's a statement like when people see, it's kind of like a media kit, but when people see what you do,
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about your capability statement. Capability statement?
That right there. So this year I've been having somebody help work, like to scale my things before. Okay. I just did my stuff on streets, word of mouth, this who I am. Right. And so now it's just taking things a step further for me. Okay.
Well, tell me what's an example of how you coach?
An example of how I coach. So it depends on the person that I'm talking to. But the most basic thing I like to use is I have a Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And so we have this egg, and you give the egg experience. So in the egg, what you do is you write down every single thing that you can remember. So you start as young. If you can remember from 2 years old, then you're writing a word that correlates with that experience. Or I wish I had my egg here, but it's a huge. You would get a legal size paper, draw a huge oval on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything is a crack that you're doing. So I remember falling in the snow and getting, so that would be a little crack. And then what happiness would be yellow, so I would color in those cracks. So if I'm happy, I'll color yellow. If I'm sad, I'll color blue. If I'm angry, I'll color red. Like I gave my own color codes to them.
Right. And then
so you're making all these cracks within the eggs of memories and things. And then when you step back, what is the predominant color that stands out to you? And so from there, I take those moments, because emotions come up with them, past and future. And that's how my book is written. So I take present. So now, like, I put that egg to the side. Now I'm present. What triggered? Something triggers you that day. You'll write down and somebody cut in line in front of me. Now, there's those days when somebody cut in line on you and you don't care. You're like, oh, don't worry, go ahead. But then there's some days it's like, oh no, you are getting at the back of this line, blah, blah, blah. So I write that situation down. I write down what I'm feeling. I write down 5 senses. So I write down what did the situation smell like. Sometimes I'll get a pine scent. A pine scent used to be a negative trigger for me. I'll write down, like some people say that their mouth will taste like iron or something when they're angry. My beads of sweats feel like they're breaking and tearing my skin open as it's beating through. So I'll write down all my 5 senses that I experience. Then I'll take a moment, because it's not about that person, it's actually about me.
Right.
Take a moment and I might look at the egg again and say, when did I have the experience of all 5 of these senses that I can remember? And sometimes it's not that you can remember, but you feel when you think about one of those things in the crack. And when you go back and you start thinking about that, then you see how that experience actually caused you to be triggered by that situation that happened.
Right.
And so then you write what that experience did. So when this happened, it made me feel. So when this happened, it made me feel violated. So then I write it as an affirmation, the opposite. So when somebody does this, I am empowered and I have a voice. Like that. So those things. Then I turn around and I retrances. So let's say like I said, pine negative trigger, it would trigger negative emotions. So I would take the pine and I would be in a good situation, and I have that good situation, then I smell the pine, because now I'm retraining my mind to connect to good situations with that. Because a lot triggers and the ways we make choices are subliminally from our 5 senses.
Absolutely.
So I read senses.
Absolutely. That sounds amazing, man. That definitely does sound amazing. And a lot of people are functioning daily through their trauma, never knowing that, though. Never taking the time to sit back and what do they call it? Do a sense of self. Is it called sense of self? I think that's what it's called. Like when you're aware, that's what it's called, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But that's good stuff. If you need any help with that, promotions or anything, I'm your girl. I love promoting entrepreneurs. And I can also see a lot of people using that service, especially, I hate to say this, but everybody, but I'm just have a particular affinity for women. You feel me? I'm centering women in this life, in this new stage I'm in. And it's so important, especially being an entrepreneur. We have to unlock so many things, and women get a bad rap. I just hate to say that, but all across the world, we get a bad rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm calling them back. Tell me, what is important? All right, what is important to have as a business mindset? There we go. So what is important in your entrepreneurial or business mindset? What's important to you?
What's important to me is adaptability and being able to evolve. So adapt to each situation that you're put in. So in the military, like chameleon, right. Around people and where you are, and evolve. Our society is constantly changing, so we have to evolve with it and not be stuck with things have to be just this way. You can still have it that way, and and evolve. So I think that's important.
That's right. Hey, if you ever do an online thing with your coaching, please let us know. Let me know too. So, I could try and be helpful, do something with it, promote it, and be a part. What I mean? I really like that interactive thing. Me too. I've had my situations with depression and things like that. And being a veteran, you get to go to certain things that help you. And all types of different techniques, but I'm very interested in your technique. I like that you can tangibly see these colors, and you're writing your own cracks. Only you know how to nurse this thing. Well, basically, you have to dig in yourself to pour it out. So I like that. Please keep me in the loop.
That's what I need to do. Go ahead. I was like, I should probably do something like that, and probably make it a Christmas special where people can order. People can order for each other to be able to come and attend the session and do a 4-week session, because it takes 30 days to change your mind and your habit. So
yes. Any way you need me to help do it, I mean, I can even help you out with you organize it, where you could do your first session, you record it, and now you got yourself a program that you can sell, that you don't have to be there to do it. You understand what I'm saying? You record the class. But definitely, you have my support.
Yeah.
What other irons do you have in the fire?
What other irons I have in the fire? I try not to keep too many irons in the fire because I'm campaigning full time.
Okay.
But as I'm going out and I'm seeing networking, I'm a creator. I've met one lady. She's actually on my team. She does. She started a book company for her book pub, who's in elementary.
Okay.
But she has these game boards that are blank, that people can create their own games. And I think that would be a good community thing and activity. I haven't decided if I do it through my campaign or just do it off the campaign, because I just like interacting with the community and not feeling so politicized. But we get together and have a family night of family creating their own game and inventing their own games, creating an inventor and sparking those different type of things. And I don't know if you heard of this game called was it Jack in the Box? I think that's what it's called.
Jack in the Box a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a game on you play it virtually. Everybody has their phones and they play it virtually.
Oh no, I haven't heard of that. No.
Yeah, Jackbox or Jack in the Box, something like that. But it's fun, and it has like those entrepreneurial building games that you're playing and you're competing. So So I was thinking about doing that type of an event.
Yeah.
As well as probably doing an online conference with people everywhere of what we just talked about.
Right. Yeah.
People coming through. Yeah. And I would give people assignments like, go ahead and have your egg filled out before this session, because we're gonna go over our eggs, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna have these exercises, and then the following week, here's your exercise to bring to the next session, and I'll talk, and those type of things of working on retraining and giving, of course, accountability partners, even if I'm that accountability partner. But that's why I said I don't have too many irons in the fire because of campaigning full time, but I still need to nurture some of my other interests when it starts raining, and if we get snow this year, of course, I'll be back to painting because that's what I do.
Right. I see. I like that. That's amazing. I love the fact that you're creative. And you're right. We have to get back into making things. I mean, life has become so robotic where we don't even create anything anymore. You know what I mean? It's very important so we can keep the pistons running and, firing off in our brains, man. I mean, I don't even think they have shop in school anymore. We had creative classes when we were in school. I don't know if they have that yet still, but
Yeah.
How did you overcome the challenges and achieve it? And what were the steps that you took, personal and or business?
Okay. How I overcame challenges is, first off, I went back to my whole forgiveness thing of what in my past makes me feel like I can't do this or I'm not good enough for this. And I addressed that. And then like when I say I write my book, present, past, future. So my future part is those affirmations. Once I address why I feel the way I do about myself or about the world, then I write an affirmation, which is a positive outcome of that. And I constantly tell myself, that's the top. I just shot for the top seat of the state. I didn't shoot for the top seat because I would have been president, but I shot for the top seat of the state. And rather than saying, oh, I can't do this, or having imposter syndrome, which we can tend to have, and legitimately so, is I can do this.
That's right.
And I don't say I can, we can do this.
That's
because we are doing this together, and I'm not taking this on by myself. And when I speak, I know that people can relate to me because we all have this experience. I represent 90% of Washington, of what Washington at least wants.
That's
so,
right.
I speak those affirmations, and I didn't think that affirmations worked for the longest. But when I had it every day when I was waking up, my affirmation for my kids, I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to try anymore. My kids need me. And so one day I realized that something happened and I wasn't triggered by the situation. I was more motivated to heal that situation and make a better outcome, that I realized that daily I was actually doing affirmations without knowing I was doing affirmations.
Absolutely.
So I create my own.
Yes, you have to. I created an affirmation book as well. We have to create our own, and it's very important because if we don't, we're subjected to live the same affirmations that we unknowingly tell ourselves from young. And some of them aren't so healthy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we definitely have to create our own. How's the children now? I imagine they're older now, but how are they?
They are 22 and 23.
What? Okay. They on the campaign trail.
My gray hair. And that's something I don't do with my kids. Is I know people in politics have their whole family there. They take picture ops. My kids, we take pictures here and there for a campaign, but I mostly keep them out of it in a sense. I know people are gonna probably, as things pick up, be trying to look on their page, bother them. Your mom is running for governor. But I tell my kids, I said, if you want to be involved in my campaign, you can be involved.
Right.
If you don't want to, I'm not, politicians where everybody in the family is doing something, giving speeches. I do try to prepare things because they might turn around and say, hey, I can speak up because I represent this community.
Right.
And I even tell everybody in my family, because my dad lives with me. My mom doesn't. She's in. Look, I'm not asking nobody to change their party just because I'm running as a Democrat. I'm not saying change to be what I am. You speak your truth, and if they try to come for me for it, I'm not running to infringe on anybody's rights. I can't policy away anybody's beliefs, because I'll tell you right now, my mom and my stepdad are Republicans. and she's a Black Republican, but we can have conversation. I don't look at my mom as, oh, you're a Republican, oh, you're that party because they did this. No, we find common grounds that we can talk. To me, the only difference is we want the same things. It's just different ways we want to go about them.
Getting them. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Instead of demonizing people, and like, I don't tell my kids, oh, you can't be part of LGBTQ community because I'm running, or you can't be a part of Buddhist religion because I'm running, or you can't be Hebrew Israelite because I'm running. That's my dad.
That's what's up. Shout out to your dad.
So I don't tell them none of those things. We've been getting along before politics, and that has not determined our relationship. We write our own narratives.
That's right.
Remove labels. Write your own narratives.
That's right. We have to get back. That's right. Removing labels. I love your slogan. We have to get back to celebrating our differences. That's what it is a melting pot of people here. And
yes,
we belong to different camps, man. So we have to celebrate our difference. One more question, and I guess this is pretty much for the people. I want you to look in that camera and tell the people, what legacy do you want to leave?
What legacy I want to leave? A legacy of uniting, being a bridge builder, as I said earlier, as well as my slogan for my forgiveness coaching is be a promotion, not the emotion. So for me, my narrative for that is be a promotion of forgiveness and not the emotion of a traumatic past.
I love that. Woo! You got some words on you, girl. I like that. I really enjoy hanging out with you today, man. It's been such a pleasure. Pleasure. I learned a lot. And again, I'm going to give you this whole thing. I'm going to chop it up and do a few punches that I think could be helpful as well. For those of you that don't know, we met in Seattle. Shout out to Amanda Davis. I was there working on her book, her cartoon she has, Surprises Just Peak. And we went to an event called, we went to that event I met you at, which is called, what's it called? Onyx Connect.
Yeah, Onyx Connect.
Yes. Are they supporting you? Shout out to the Onyx Connect and all the beautiful people, entrepreneurs that we met there too.
Yes, I'm going to be selling my book at their event on December 6th.
Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to the Onyx Connect and all the beautiful entrepreneurs we met there. I've been talking about that experience since I left. So
yes,
good stuff. Good stuff. Well, any last words you want to say before we before we cut it off?
Sure. I would like to tell everybody, make sure that, you don't just judge somebody and just assume that they are whatever it is that you're assuming they are, because we've been indoctrinated through our experiences, our childhood, in school. Those different things have created and shaped. I always stay closed-minded. They always say it's good to learn, relearn, unlearn, and relearn again, because you are going through growth. That what you learned before is not going to always suit you for the next level in life. So if we want to increase in our level of our perception, we have to be willing and open to meet people, talk to people, and put aside our biases just to be able to be open to hear.
Absolutely. Shout that campaign slogan one more time for me.
Campaign slogan is uniting communities and removing labels.
There it is. You heard her. Well, we want to thank you for hanging out with us, the Fantastic Media Group, Frankie Baby Fantastic, yours truly. And I swear, man, once again, I can't stress enough that we support you. I support you in anything you got, anything you need that I can help with. You make sure you pick up that phone, hit us up. All right?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
All right now. Good luck and have a fantastic day. Oh, I cut it off like that. I didn't know cut it off like that. Well, I appreciate y'all for watching. Be sure to go check her out, EL'ona Kearney, the people's advocate for a better future. All right. That show was a little longer than my usual shows. I'm gonna cut out. I'll show y'all what I'm about to go do though. I'm about to go check out this guy, Doug. I met him on a gig one day. I was out in Hollywood. I mean, I live in Hollywood, but one day I was down there in West Hollywood, and he was on the bill for one of the events, and I love Jimi Hendrix. But if this boy don't give me Jimmy vibes, he's and very. I love too. The music is phenomenal. So let's see if you can hear this. I don't know if y'all can hear that. That's my man, yo. I love his energy. So that's what's up with Frankie Baby Fantastic. I'm about to go out there in West Hollywood. You see, I got my West Hollywood colors on. And go give the brother some support and get me something to eat. I will be finishing up my trip to Seattle. I do have some more footage and stuff to show. We do have Amanda's stuff that we're gonna get with too. I have to get with her today. Oh man, I gotta call her. But anyway, you guys, that's really it for me. I'm kind of tired. If I don't get out of here, the door's open at 6. If I don't get out of here, I probably won't. Damn, I was bright. I probably won't make it. So I'm gonna try to bunk on up out of here now while I got the energy, and go grab me some food and head on down to the spot. All right. Let me show y'all my new walking stick. Hold on. I showed y'all one already. So I think I'll take this one tonight. Take this one tonight. You know what I'm saying? Go tear up Hollywood a little bit. All right. And y'all know I don't hang out long. I don't hang out late. I don't be out there frolicking. But I do want to get a brother some energy because I've been meaning to. Right? All right. That being said, y'all have a fantastic day. Remember to take care of yourself. Love on yourself. Be good to yourself. Reach your higher self. All right? I'm sorry I don't have I'm not sorry. Forgive me for not having a better outro. I have to upload some more of my footage, and pardon me for that lag that was on that video. I am hiring. I just got my hands full, y'all, but you know what? I can do it. I can do it. All right, I love y'all. Y'all be good. It's your girl Frankie Baby. Until next time, whatever you do, you make it fantastic.